What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. I'm going to do 5 value plays as I usually do using FanDuel salaries. The main slate is all 10 games tonight on FanDuel. We have some decent value, probably going to get more as the day continues. We have a handful of questionable guys that I will touch upon in the beginning of this video. And as I said, I'm doing a free Guru credit code. I'll give you that code for my website after the first couple of my plays. I figured I would do a video with credits today because I'm not going to be able to put out many more videos until after the All-Star break. I have a scheduled trip to San Diego to visit some buddies. I'll be flying out early tomorrow morning. I'll still be able to do lineups, but not videos. I figured I would get away from New England during the NBA All-Star break because I don't have much to do and there's no reason to be freezing my ass off for a week. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for tonight's slate. Probably won't be doing the after-hours slate. But let's get into the plays here. Actually, I lied. Before we get into the plays, let's look at the questionable guys. And right out of the gates, we have stuff to be monitoring for the early games at 7 o'clock Eastern. Timberwolves, Mike Conley and Anthony Edwards are both questionable. That obviously matters a ton. In Cleveland, Max Strus for the Cavs is questionable. All good in the Hawks and Magic game. Basically all good in the Spurs and Wizards game. We do have Keyshawn George for the Wizards questionable. We have Brown and Tatum in Miami for the Celtics questionable. They both missed shoot-around. So that's something we certainly want to look at. The Celtics are still -5, so it looks like Vegas isn't scared of both of those guys being out. But if one of them is out, even both out, we're going to have to look at guys like Derek White and Porzingis. Tyler Hero on the other side is questionable. That's a 7:30 game, so I'm crossing my fingers that we get that news before lock. For the Hornets, we have Nick Smith, Josh Green, and Diabate, who got hurt with an eye, leaving that game last game. And Mark Williams is still not going to be with the team tonight, meaning with an update that I just saw with Nurkic off the injury report, if Diabate is out tonight, we're going to have to look at a $5,500 Nurkic. The Hornets will have no other big guy to play against the Nets. Good matchup. D'Angelo Russell for the Nets is questionable. Then for the Warriors and Bucks game, we have Steph Curry questionable. That obviously matters. That would open up Buddy Hield, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler if he's out, Podziemski. And then we got news earlier today that Damian Lillard is now questionable for the Bucks, which makes things very, very confusing over there because we'll probably not get that news. We might get the news, 8 o'clock Eastern game. Obviously, Giannis is still out. We got news that Brandon Boston and CJ McCollum for the Pelicans is out. That's going to open up a value play that I'll talk about in this video. Mavericks, we got Max Christie and PJ Washington questionable against the Kings. That's a great DFS game tonight. Basically a pick'em. Jeremy Grant questionable for the Blazers in Denver. Michael Porter Jr. on the Nuggets questionable. And then for that late game, I don't know if DraftKings is including the Jazz and Lakers game. They usually don't. I haven't looked at DraftKings yet, but I'm assuming they won't. But on FanDuel, it matters. I've seen all the news reports on Twitter and all that. You know, Luka Doncic making debut tonight. People are betting triple doubles. People are pumped up. He's still questionable. Unless I'm wrong and I missed some sort of news, he's been out forever. He was out forever with the Mavs. He's still coming back from the calf injury. It's not like a trade thing. It's an injury thing. He's still fully questionable tonight. There's in my opinion, a decent chance that he doesn't play tonight. The fact that he's upgraded to questionable, though, a lot of, people think that he's on the better side of playing, which makes sense. But he's still questionable, and LeBron's questionable. So we have a fat injury report tonight that we're going to have to keep our eye out. I do like the fact that most of the stuff is in the early games, so we'll know a lot of stuff. But these value plays could change. As of the early afternoon, they do look good right now, so we'll get right into it. I mentioned McCollum out. We're going to look immediately at Jose Alvarado at 4,900. Yeah, they're in OKC. OKC's 16-point favorites. There could be a blowout, but I was looking at this Pelicans team. They have no one else to run point guard. Trey Murphy will have the ball in his hands plenty of times. He's been an absolute stud. Zion can have the ball. But in terms of like other point guards on this team, there are none. And I think if they get blown out, there's a decent chance Alvarado plays a good amount of minutes no matter what. With McCollum off, if we look at the guards, DeJounte Murray done for the year. Jordan Hawkins could play some guard off the bench. And then you have Antonio Reeves, who doesn't really play. And then you have, they're shorthanded. Jamal Cain, Javonte Green. Alvarado's going to play a bunch of minutes, and until this game is like a 25 to 30 point lead for the Thunder, Alvarado's going to be on the court, and he's too cheap. 4,900 needs 24 fantasy points. Looks like the best value play on the slate right now, especially if he's going to play what I think 32 to 36 minutes tonight. He shows that when he's on the court for a while, he can smash value, especially at sub 5K. So I love Jose Alvarado. There's no reason not to. Again, the matchup's awful, but they're going to be very shorthanded tonight. So I like Alvarado. And then instead of doing a shooting guard play, I'm going to do a second point guard play. He's been shooting guard, but since Luka got traded, I guess he's just a point guard. Tough to look away from Kyrie Irving tonight, $8,700 with Anthony Davis most likely out for at least a month with that groin injury or abductor, whatever it was, which is just brutal. It's not surprising he got hurt, but Jesus, that Mavs owner, he wasn't facing enough backlash before for trading Luka. Now Anthony Davis crushes for 3 quarters against the Rockets and gets hurt. Kyrie's going to have all the usage in the world against the Kings. It's a pick'em, 237 over under. Everything is pointing in the direction of Kyrie smashing this $8,700 salary. Needs 43 fantasy points to hit value. He has 50 plus upside tonight. And then if a guy like PJ Washington also can't go, that would only up Kyrie's usage. He's already going to have a ton. I like him a lot. I don't know if he's going to be popular. I haven't seen a lot of things projecting him out that well tonight, but I am taking a stand on Kyrie tonight at home. Huge over-under, great matchup against the Kings, AD out. Give me Kyrie at sub 9K. We've seen what he can do when he's the main guy on that offense. For my GURU credit code, go to my website, fd-guru.com, where you get all my FanDuel and DraftKings lineups off the NBA page. You use the credits on your account to buy stuff. You can buy more credits at my shop page, and this promo code I'm going to give you will get you 15 free GURU credits into your balance. Just go to the shop page where you buy the credits. There's a little coupon bar here, and as always, type in the date, Feb 10, and then NBA 25 for the year. All caps, Feb 10, NBA 25. Hit apply coupon. It'll say successfully applied. You'll see 15 credits going to your balance. Again, just like this video, guys. That's all I ask. It's free. It helps me out with the algorithm. Helps more people see my video. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you like these DFS videos. Small forward, we're going to look at the Bucks. I had talked about Damian Lillard being out tonight, not out, questionable, potentially being out. Even if he's in, I'm going to love Kyle Kuzma. Started last game, they had Portis come off the bench, but both guys saw a hefty workload, and I think they're going to do it again. I think Kuzma's probably going to start. I think he's going to come off. I think Portis is going to come off the bench. Kuzma came off the bench his first game with the Bucks, which isn't surprising, but then seeing him start in his second game and playing 36 minutes against the Sixers, 33 fantasy points, he's going to play a bunch, and if Lillard's out, Kuzma would be even more of a smash play, and then we'd have to look at guys like, I don't even know, Andre Jackson, Ryan Rollins, those types of guys, but Kuzma, one way or the other, even if Lillard is in, projects out really well tonight. We need 31 fantasy points from him to hit value. He's projected for 33. And there's not a ton of value right now. Again, with all the questionable guys, there certainly could be better value plays. But as of right now, Kuzma looks really good. And then we're going to stick with the Bucks. He's extremely expensive now, but I'm going to go back to him. He's been so consistent with Giannis out. Why not go back to Bobby Portis? Yeah, it doesn't look great, $8,500 on his salary, but the matchup's fine tonight. Warriors minus 6.5 on the road against the Bucks, 231 over under. I actually like the Bucks getting the 6.5 points in this game at home. Obviously, if Lillard's out now, I don't like that as much, but I think it's too many points. Steph Curry also has the chance to miss this game, and I just think it's too many points with the Bucks being at home. And the Warriors still kind of adjusting to Jimmy Butler. I'm just surprised to see the Warriors favored by so much. But Portis looks great. Came off the bench, like I said, behind Kuzma, but still played 30 minutes, 41 fantasy points at $8,500. He needs 41, 42 fantasy points, and then he has as good of an upside as anyone on the slate when Giannis is off the court. His first two games with Giannis out, 32, 37 minutes. He had missed a lot of time due to personal reasons before that, but obviously wasn't injury related, so he didn't have any minutes restriction. If he's playing over 30 minutes tonight, he's going to grade out really well, even at that $8,500 salary. 62, 57. He's going to look great. Obviously, he's not like a chalk must play like he was the first couple of slates because of that price tag, but I still think he's very viable tonight to get over 40 fantasy points and hit value. And then obviously if Lillard's out, that would only make a guy like Portis and a guy like Kuzma look even better in a great matchup against the Warriors. Should be pretty fast-paced with that 231 over-under. Then for center, I thought I'd throw in a cheap guy. There's not a lot of great cheap value plays sub 5K other than Alvarado as of right now, so this is kind of a force. I could end up easily not picking him tonight, but he doesn't look bad as of right now. Trendon Watford at center, 4,100. We do have Noah Clowney still out. Nick Claxton is going to start. The matchup's great against the Hornets, but he still played 22 minutes, and he was coming off of an injury, so the fact that he can play a minimum of 22 minutes tonight at that $4,100 salary is great. He can easily be a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. So if he's seeing over 20 minutes, he's going to be, if we need that cheap value and things don't really open up later, he's viable. The fact that he played 22 minutes last game and Claxton played 30, that's a total of 52 minutes together. There's only 48 minutes in a game, so that means they did play alongside each other at some point in the game. And the fact that the Nets are doing that makes me feel pretty good about Trendon Watford getting over 20 minutes, because if he was just the backup center only filling in behind Claxton, I wouldn't feel good about Watford's minutes. But the fact that they played them next to each other, and we had guys like Cam Johnson playing too at power forward, he's going to see probably similar minutes tonight, and he can scrape out those 20 fantasy points if you really need it. Like I said, decent chance things open up later with better value plays, but I'm going to throw Watford in right now because he doesn't look too bad. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Let's have a great Monday. Put in that GURU credit code, drop a like on this video, subscribe for future videos, and until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.